The movie starts from 2061, where it is shown that the Sun is expanding very quickly. And in the next 300 years, it will enter the orbit of the Earth, due to which our Earth can be destroyed. Seeing this danger, the big countries of the world come forward and form an organization called United Earth Government. Its work is that our Earth will be moved to another solar system called Alpha Sanctuary nearby. The whole journey was of 25 years. To go so far, thrusters are made at many locations on the Earth, which is also called an Earth engine. All these thrusters, which are also called boosters, were running on a fusion power plant. Because of which the Earth was getting a boost and it started moving from its position. After this, an astronaut is shown to us with his daughter Q. He tells his son, "Dad is going on a mission. And a day will come when you will see Jupiter without a telescope. I will come back that day." After this, Packy Young goes on his mission in the space station. He had handed over his son to his grandfather. This space station was actually the navigation system of the Earth. The mission starts, but after 2 years of the Earth's movement, we start seeing its effects. The Earth, which used to rotate itself, is stopped by this movement. But the result of this is that a tsunami starts coming on the Earth. That's why humans start living in underground cities. But there is also less space there. That's why many people stop at the level of the Earth and become victims of this storm. The population of humans begins to decrease. As the Earth moves away from the Sun, its environment also begins to cool down. And the surface of the Earth begins to freeze in the snow. Q begins to live in the underground city with his grandfather to save himself from the storm. A lot of the population was living in the underground city below the Earth. Now 17 years have passed and we come close to Jupiter. Jupiter's own gravity was in a large amount, which was planned to be used to speed up the journey of the Earth. As a navigator, he was on his way to the space station. The next day, that is, the first day of the Chinese New Year, he was about to return to the Earth. After this, Q is shown, who has now grown up. He has now become a heavy truck mechanic, who takes his adopted sister Han and runs away from school. These two brothers and sisters had to see the surface of the Earth, what kind of environment is there now. That's why they go to a local thief and steal a thermal suit from him. Because there is a bubble capsule in the purse, which was suddenly converted into a bubble at any time. With which both could be saved. After which they use it to steal the thermal suit and run away from there. Both go up from the lift and see that the temperature of the surface has become negative. No human being can live there without a thermal suit. There was no place to live nearby and they see a big Earth engine nearby. And 10,000 such Earth engines were installed all over the Earth. In the distance, they see their grandfather's special truck. That truck was very big. Q and Han both sit in the truck and run away. But the police catch them and put them in jail for using a fake pass. Both of their grandfathers come there to free them and start bribing the police. Because of this, the police also put them in jail. In the same jail, these people meet another boy named Tim. Here in space, the Earth comes close to Jupiter. Using its gravity, the Earth had to travel fast, with which the Earth could come out of the solar system. But suddenly due to the spike in Jupiter's gravity, it becomes irregular. And the Earth is pulled close to Jupiter. Because of which there is a storm on the entire Earth. Gradually, all the Earth engines stop. Q, Han, their grandfather and Tim take their truck and run away from the jail. But due to the earthquake, many mountains start falling on their truck. But these people somehow get out of that danger. Here in the space station, their AI computer warns all the astronauts that now the system is going on low energy. That's why everyone goes to their hyper-sleeping cell immediately. Here Peggy Young gets tension. That's why he contacts his family. He tells them about the nearby bunker, so that they go there and stay safe from this storm. After that, he himself goes to hypersleep. Here they were going towards the bunker. But in the meantime, some soldiers stopped them. These soldiers were taking a big cargo named lighter core, which was needed to start the Earth engine. And to take it, they needed a truck. The captain tells his grandfather to help him. They also get ready to help. In a little while, they reach Shanghai city by truck. But the condition there was even worse. Big snowy mountains in which many famous buildings had been buried. Everyone gets scared seeing this view. And they see a narrow road. And from that narrow road, these people take a truck and leave. After that, suddenly a plane crashes on this snowy mountain. And because of that, this whole mountain starts breaking. This narrow road was quite long. And big stones start falling on their truck. There was no way to escape. But then a soldier sees a big building. So they decide to go up from there. To reach the top of the mountain, they had to climb 80 floors. Some soldiers climb up, and with the help of the lift door, they start rescuing everyone else. Q, Han and their captain come up. Their grandfather, a soldier and a lighter core were still down. Here, the other soldiers start pulling the grandfather, lighter core and his soldier up. But then again, due to the earthquake, the building starts shaking a lot. By then, that lighter core comes up, but because of that, grandfather and that soldier get stuck down. And the lift starts falling on both of them, but then that soldier, not caring about his life, breaks the lift door in front of him. And puts grandfather on the middle floor. But the lift falls on the soldier and he gets killed. Grandfather's helmet was also almost broken. And he knew that there was no way to escape. So he takes off his helmet and freezes in the snow. And dies at the same time. Han and Q get very emotional. But Q had a lot of support from that captain. Because he didn't help save his grandfather. After which he separates from that group. The team also leaves with him. The soldier also takes the lighter core and sets out. Here, at the space station, Baekhyun flies into a sleeping cell after doing something wrong. Then he checks the system. And he finds out that his space station is going to some other way, leaving the Earth. At the same time, the AI system finds out that an astronaut has woken up from sleep. So to stop his action, he picks up his colleague, Macro. Macro first tries to make Baekhyun understand. Then Baekhyun tells him that the space station is leaving the Earth and going somewhere else. So Macro starts helping him. Both of them had to go to the control center. So that they can override the AI system. But the control center was up in the space station. For which they had to go up in space. Both of them wear their suits and go out. Seeing them go out, the AI system activates its security protocol. Now, because these two are working against the rules. So according to this protocol, it was necessary to kill both of them. So he starts attacking them from the outside. Because of this attack, both have a lot of trouble. In this attack, Macro is killed. Baekhyun is very sad to lose his companion. But after a while, he comes to the control center. But there he finds out that all his rights have been abolished. And now he can't change this mission. Here, Q, Hen and team both see a new drug on their way. They go in that truck. And they find a scientist named Lee in that truck. Who was very injured. Lee tells them that Jupiter's gravity is pulling the Earth's atmosphere towards itself. Because of this, no plane can fly in the air. And because of this, he has crashed. Then he tells them that there is a torque engine in the truck. That is, a very large Earth engine, which has to take them to the Sulawesi equator. And start the main engine there. Q could have returned home with that truck. But still he thinks of helping Lee. And everyone goes to the Sulawesi equator. Here, Baekhyun goes to the main computer room to change the AI system's command. But then the AI system tells him that whatever changes are going on, they are not his own. Rather, this program is of the United Earth Government Organization itself. Whenever the Earth is in danger, then this organization wrote a protocol that they don't have to help the people of the Earth, and the space station has to keep looking for a habitable planet. There are all the things needed in the space center, like samples of crops and samples of different animals. Not only that, there are also human embryos, which will help humans start civilization on a new planet, even if the Earth collides with Jupiter. And all humans will be killed on Earth. But the human race will not end. All these things can be reborn on a new planet. After hearing all this, Baekhyun does not think what to do. The soldiers' team was having a hard time pulling the lighter core in this snowstorm. And then suddenly a soldier of theirs also passes by due to cold. Seeing this, the courage of the rest of the members starts breaking. That this mission should be stopped here. And everyone should go to their homes. But the captain is not ready for this. A female soldier shoots the lighter core, because of which it breaks. Seeing this, the captain gets very angry, and was about to kill him in anger. But he stops himself. But then Q brings his truck there, and tells them that there is another torque engine in the truck, which they are taking to Sulawesi. For this mission, they will need the help of soldiers. So all the soldiers join him, and after a while, they reach Sulawesi. But after reaching there, they realize that some other team has already started the engine. In fact, all the other boosters on Earth have already started. But despite this, the Earth is still pulling towards Jupiter. Jupiter can be seen quite clearly from Earth. In the space station, the AI system announces that there are only 7 days left on Earth. On the last day, the Earth will collide with Jupiter, and everything will be destroyed. The same announcement is made by the AI system on Earth. After hearing this news, the whole world is in mourning. Here, scientist Lee also starts crying that we have only a few days. Because all the air on Earth is being pulled towards Jupiter. And we won't even have oxygen after a day. Why? Because he was constantly looking at Jupiter. And suddenly he remembered one thing about his father. That there is a lot of hydrogen in Jupiter. That's when he thinks of a plan. That if we ignite Jupiter's hydrogen with thrust, there will be a big whisper. And a large amount of energy wave will be generated. Because of this wave, the Earth can be thrown away. This plan was very cutting, but not impossible. He tells Lee and everyone else about this plan. And everyone gets ready. He makes a plan to shut down the main engine. And load a new program of ignition from the whole world. But after the engine shuts down, he has to start it manually. Now, according to this plan, the team and Q will put both the gliders in the main engine. A soldier's team will come to start the manual engine. So the third team is of Lee and the rest of the scientists. Who will go to the control room and load the program. Han and the female soldier will go to the communication room. According to this plan, everyone takes their steps. 11:28. But there are many problems in this mission. As soon as the team and Q put both the gliders in the engine, then a log comes in the middle, because of which the whole program gets stuck. The ignition pin was very big. That's why the soldier's manpower starts to decrease. And here Lee's program also hangs at 99%. But then Han contacts Pecky Young. She tells Pecky Young about their entire plan, so that they can get some help. Pecky Young contacts the authorities of the United Earth Government Organization to get permission. Here they are ready to help only one thing. That the message of the girl will be broadcast all over the world. After that, Han broadcasts her message all over the world. And she says that I and the soldiers' team are trying to save the Earth. And here we need people. I know that many of you have lost your courage. But if we all try to save this Earth together, then maybe we can save it. After hearing such an emotional message from a girl, all the people who were running to hide in some place, many of them come to help them. And the ignition pin that was very big, they help the soldiers to push them. And after a long time that pin gets locked. Here Q takes out the lock of the game on his life. And starts running with the team from that truck. Here the program is also uploaded. As soon as their truck comes out, ignition is launched in the main engine, which was the biggest engine of the Earth. It directly targets Jupiter. It ignites the red light. And everyone is happy. But despite this ignition being so big, it can't reach Jupiter. That ignition was still 5,000 kilometers away from Jupiter. But then Pecky Young remembers that the navigation system has a fuel of 30,000 tons, which can be used in this ignition. But the AI system stops it. Because now the new project Helios had started, whose mission was to find a habitable planet, not to help the Earthlings. Pecky Young had a bottle of alcohol, which is thrown towards the AI system, because of which the whole system is on fire, and the AI system breaks down. After which Pecky Young takes control of the system, and takes the space station towards Jupiter. He contacts his son for the last time, and tells about this fuel, that he will take his dog and go in that ignition, because of which there will be a whisper. But Q forbids him to do this. But Pecky Young doesn't listen to him, and says goodbye to his son Q for the last time, and tells him that whenever you see Jupiter, then you will be able to see me too. Q starts crying very loudly, and whenever he sees Jupiter, then he sees his father's dog system. He goes straight into that fire, and a big whisper happens while seeing him. Because of which the fire reaches Jupiter, ignites the hydrogen there, and a very strong energy wave is generated, which pushes the Earth in the opposite direction. Although the big asteroids that came out of Jupiter were about to reach the Earth in the next 7 minutes. Everyone starts running towards the underground bunker. But then the asteroids reach the Earth, and there was destruction all around. Q and Tim start falling down, but they catch a pole. But Han starts falling down, and to save him Q also jumps down. But Q has a capsule, because of which both of them survive. But it also cracks quickly, and Q's helmet also breaks. It felt like he was dead, but the Earth was saved, and now it was going in the opposite direction, as it was planned before. We see again after 3 years, Q was saved, but he had a very big wound on his face. In the mission to go to the second solar system, that was still going on. Everyone was still safe underground. Q had also become a junior driver. And everyone was watching him with a lot of respect. With which the movie ends here.